Hello and welcome to an episode of Media Matters, in which we turn our attention to the multi-billion-rand industry of sport. Last year we basked in the glory of the FIFA World Cup, and this year we have the IRB Rugby World Cup to look forward to, as well as the ICC Cricket World Cup, which starts next week. With that in mind, we met a company called Maverick, who are leaders in the field of sportainment. The stuffy world of cricket has been changed forever with the advent of Pro20. A perfect hybrid of sport and entertainment, this high-energy concept, pioneered and developed here in South Africa by Maverick, has swept the globe, and its popularity shows no signs of abating.
Well, I think events are always about ultimately living a brand, taking a brand into the real world. And sports and sports sponsorship specifically has been at the forefront of leveraging sponsorships for various sponsors at a global level, and realizing that we were good at taking brands into the physical arena, not just leaving them in a strategy document. Sports was a logical place to progress to. Pioneering a sport is very difficult, and inventing a lot of the format, innovations and executions that have become commonplace through 20 over cricket worldwide is what Standard Bank did all those years ago when 20 over cricket was formed and developed in South Africa. Its success has been that it isn't 50 over cricket. Its success has been that we've constantly driven innovation in the stadium space. Little things like hard hats were an absolutely key moment in the creative process. We realized very early on in our research that the first thing you'd be guaranteed to see in any TV broadcast was crowds going wild. We wanted people to know that the crowds going wild in our stadiums were Standard Bank crowds in a Pro20 environment. And what better way to do that than give them all something to wear on their heads? Promo items that live in clever, creative, only work if they work across all mediums. Great activations that do nothing for the viewer at home cost the sponsor money. Great activations that live for the viewer at home but deliver nothing into the stadium at the expense of the sport are not adding value to the experience. Dancing girls, cheerleaders were a very quick addition to our portfolio. I think what's important about them, though, is that they never detract from the cricket. They're there to celebrate the successes. They're there to ensure that what we're doing on the cricket pitch is personified to the crowd. They're a very important link between crowd and match. The DJs, we wanted to personify the DJ. We felt that the music was such an important part of a sporting event anyway, but Pro20 specifically became synonymous with the vibe, the music, that we didn't want the DJ stuck in the back of a stadium area. And as a result of that, we started building these DJ boxes up into the side of the field, to the point now that Champions League, which has just come to South Africa, probably had the grandest DJ boxes that we've ever done. That's a brand activation that works.
Now Maverick have been given the chance to step up from 20 over cricket to the most prestigious tournament in the world, the 50 over ICC Cricket World Cup.
I think it's fair to say that our take on the upcoming ICC World Cup for the India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and world public is to give them a World Cup that feels like their own. It's not a 2020 competition, so don't expect to see DJ boxes on the side of the field. As I've mentioned, I think our product differentiation is very key going forward. It's one of the first times that I think we're truly looking at the big picture in terms of the brand of a World Cup and how we make that resonate differently for the spectator and the viewer at home. There's a lot of different activations. There's a lot of very unique takes on very specific things that people may have seen in the past. I think for me, the big overriding thing that we're trying to achieve here, without giving the game away specifically about what certain sponsors are doing, is we want it to be seamless. We're trying really hard to make sure that the experience is seamless, that the standards are kept up irrespective of sponsor, and that ultimately the viewer at home in one of the 20-odd countries around the world that we know are going to be tuning in, 2 billion odd viewers, will be understanding that what they're watching is the best of the best of the best.
Graham Smith's Proteas won't be the only team flying the flag for the Rainbow Nation at the World Cup. Maverick will be there too, proof positive of South African excellence both on and off the field. So when you're watching the World Cup right here on SABC3, be sure to check out some of the brand activations courtesy of Maverick. Now on to another brand with a long